Have you ever parked in a huge car park and then come out to think, where the heck's my car? And you know that split second when you're panicking. Multiply that by 24/7.
As time goes by, it gets harder and harder and harder.
And she went quite berserk. She went absolutely berserk. It was horrendous. She started banging her head on the table and literally pulling her hair out. I don't want to be anybody else. I want to be me for as long as possible. To watch someone succumbing to Alzheimer's, I think, is one of the most painful things to witness, because you just see them being erased in front of your eyes. They're like getting fainter and fainter and fainter.
How would I describe it? Pain in the arse?
Because we was just so very equal when we were first together, and that balance has had to tip. I've lost track now.
Dementia describes crippling disorders that trigger a loss in various different brain functions. These conditions are usually progressive and eventually severe, with the current number of sufferers at 750,000 in the UK alone. 1 in 3 people over 65 will die with dementia. Even worse, early onset dementia can destroy lives before they've fully begun, with 16,000 people under 65 in the UK suffering from some form of the disease.
My own experience starts with my father-in-law, who about 8 to 9 years ago started displaying some signs of general old age forgetfulness, as we thought. Our initial sort of step was to, admit he's old, he's getting on, not really looking after himself as much as he should do, he's on his own. So initially we basically redesigned our home to bring him here so we could look after him. After we made sure, he's here, he's safe, he's on some pretty heavy medication for some other issues, some back problems as well. So we could make sure he's taking those tablets. Some of the, I would say, the problems we faced were the issues over his safety. With dementia, you don't really know if what you've just done happened. It sounds strange, but that's the only way I can put it. We have a dog, and father-in-law would take the dog out, come back with a whole bunch of stuff from the shop, totally forget in 10 minutes he'd done that, and take the dog back out and come back with exactly the same bunch of stuff from the shop, and wonder why there was 2. Horrible to watch. Quite moving though, in the fact that there was no recognition from him that he was poorly, and kind of leads on to the fact that the rest of the family are sort of witnessing this, and I suppose ignorance is bliss would be the best way to look at it. But there are major safety issues that we had. We had for example, accepting lifts off strangers. We had no idea who these people are that were dropping Dad off now and again. And when we asked him, he hadn't had a lift, that sort of thing.